Hey there, adventurers! This is Kiseki Play, my name is Joris, and welcome to the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. This is the first video on this channel, which is very exciting. And I'm gonna rant for a little bit here on the menu, so if you want to skip that, there's a timestamp in the screen right now, so you can just go there to that time, and then the actual Let's Play will start. I won't take too much of your time though, because I really want to start playing this game again. More on that in a moment. So, I wanted to talk a little bit. I got some notes. If you see me looking down, I've got some notes, some things that I want to share before we start. The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky is the first game in a series of almost 10 games, I think, by now. And they have come to the West a few years back, some of them at least, because they originate in Japan, and it's a real JRPG game developed in Japan for people in Japan. And ever since I played Golden Sun as a little kid, which is an entirely different game, but it's a JRPG, I really like these type of games, but I never really found one that really got me into this stuff like Golden Sun did. Then, a few months ago, during the whole crisis, now that the world is burning with coronavirus, I wanted to play games because I was sitting at home. By myself most of the time. And I found the game called The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. So I played it. And I played... Jesus, my voice is cracking. It's really warm today. So I might be... maybe that's why my voice is cracking. And then I played Trails of Cold Steel 2. And I found out that this is actually an entire series of games, starting with Trails in the Sky as the first game of this series. So I played Trails in the Sky. And then I played Trails in the Sky second chapter, which I finished a week ago. And I fell in love with this series. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do it over again. And I'm gonna play all the other games as well. But I'm gonna record and let's play these games because I want to share the story and the love that I feel towards this series, even though I've only played 4 out of the 10 games that are available. So we'll have a little bit of games that I've already played, and we'll have a little bit of games that are new and exciting to me as well. But replaying these games are exciting for me anyway. So I played 4 of the games now, and in the wrong order, because you should start just where the game begins, where the entire Trails series begins, which is Trails in the Sky, which is this one. But that's okay. I've heard that Cold Steel is also a good setup, a good starting point for the series. I do want to add that there are 2 games right now which are known as the Crossbell arc. Crossbell, you'll hear more about it later. And the Crossbell arc are 2 games that currently only exist in Japan. There are some fan translations. One of them is a very good one from the people at Geofront. So kudos to Geofront. And I will be playing that version as long as we do not have a version here in the West. And the second game of the Crossbell arc has not been translated by Geofront yet, but they're working really hard on it. So I expect by the time that we get there, we'll have a Geofront version. And those are the 2 only games that haven't been translated towards the West by the developers of the game. So we have the 2 versions for Geofront, and the rest is all translated by the developers. So we can just enjoy the intent in their original versions in that sense. I do want to add, while playing this game, I'm going to use a walkthrough, which I will have here on the left of my screen. So if I'm looking to the left during gameplay, then you know why that is. And it is not just because there's no spoilers in these walkthroughs. It's just where do I have to go to find and see as much as this game has to offer. The story, the lore, the people, the secrets, the items. Because I want to show it all and experience all of it. So I thought it would be best for me to have a walkthrough near me so I can make sure I don't miss out on anything, because that would be a shame. And this game is really big. I've played these games already with walkthroughs and still with the walkthroughs, and it was on me for not paying attention, and I'm sure it's gonna happen again. I missed out on stuff. I missed 1 or 2 chests. Doesn't really matter. Then I don't get an item, which is just like a healing item or something. Like, I got all the big stuff and the important stuff, and saw the big bosses and important bosses and whatever. But, you know, even with a walkthrough, this game is so big. Can you imagine? There's gonna be probably a lot of videos on every game. Like, it takes 60 to 100 hours to finish a game like this, I believe. So we're in for a lot of content here on Kiseki Play. Is there anything else? Well, maybe a little bit of an introduction. The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky, and all the other Trails games, they all take place in the continent known as Zemeria, or I think that's how you pronounce it. I'll show you a little map. Here it is. And we currently are in Liberal, or Liberal. I think it's Liberal how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. Which is over there. Then we have the Crossbell arc, which were the 2 games I just talked about, which is over there. And then we have the Erebonia arc, or the Trails of Cold Steel arc, which is in Erebonia. And then there are some places that I think future arcs are in development, but that is how far as it stands right now. And we already have 10 games with like 100+ hours of content, so you know, just be a little bit of patient here. So like I said, even though I will be using a walkthrough, I won't spoil anything for you guys. And I just really want to share this story with everybody. So I hope you will enjoy. And I will also be using, as much as I can, even with the games that I haven't played yet, I will go on the internet and ask for save files that are NG+. Which means I will get a save file that is a clean save that has already cleared the game once. Because these games, especially in the later games, I think not so much for the Trails in the Sky series, which are 3 games. But for those 3 games, I don't think there is any new stuff when you do a new game plus. But there are games in the later stages that will add an extra dungeon or an extra boss, or even scenes that are canon that you wouldn't see otherwise. And since I want to share with you and experience myself everything these games have to offer, I'm just gonna start NG Plus games, but then I will not transfer anything. I will not transfer anything from the old save, so not all my items, or all my money, or all the information I gathered. I won't transfer any of it, so it will be like just a new, fresh game, but we'll get that little bit of extra content if it is there. Like I said, I think for the Trails in the Sky series there isn't any extra content, but, you know, it's important to... Well, it's important to me to see everything. So with that said, I think we can start a new game. And instead of clicking actually here on start, I'm gonna go to load. Because we're gonna load this clear data. You can see here that these are all the saves that I did playing this game beforehand earlier this year. And now I'm gonna share everything with you. So let's load up my clear data. Here, Mira, Sepith, items, equipment, information, status, we're not going to carry over any of this, and enemy strength is just going to be normal. So we're going to decide on that. And now let's play. I love the music in this series. You'll see. Hello, Estelle. Daddy's really late. I think she's around 10 or 11 at the moment. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today too. And Shera's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Daddy! And there she goes off running. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? Don't you go tell what your daughter should be or should not be into. I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. See? She's practical. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now why don't you come have a look? It's a little boy. Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Why is my present a boy? Well, she seems disappointed. Don't make such a fuss, or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Looks kind of dead if you ask me. Well, that's rude. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Thank you, Estelle and Cassius. He sure sleeps soundly, and he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair, and a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? Well, to be fair, I probably cannot pronounce it either, so, Estelle, you were doing a pretty good job there. No doubt from Sherazard, I assume. Or Sherazar? Not sure how you pronounce her name. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. And I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Will all be explained later, just enjoy the show for now. Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Staring is a little bit rude, but okay. ... Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please, just try to rest. ... What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why, now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! Doink. You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal. ... And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change the Ow! Quit yelling! Alright already. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear Greek... what? Y? Jalling? I'm sorry, my English is not that good that I'm really trying. I'm sorry if I offend you with my bad spelling. Never mind. Just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. She's 11 and you're the father. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name, you know, the thing that people call you. I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? Dot dot dot. It seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Dot dot dot. Fine. My name is... Enjoy the show. Well, as you can see, still enough characters to meet. I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't put a reaction of my face next to it. I was just... Enjoy it for yourself like I did. It's just a really good intro movie, and all these games have these kind of movies. There will be more movies during this game as well, like ending movies or in-between movies. But this is the overall aesthetics of the game and the graphics, and it's just really cute. Really cute. Good morning. It's so bright in here. As you can see, she's a little bit more grown up now. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. I guess that's a no. Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then, too. It's very pretty. Nice, Joshua! Bravo! So, the kid that we found like 5 or 6 years ago, his name is Joshua, the black hair and the amber eyes. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. What with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff, like reading and music. No girl is gonna be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although, I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? I mean, I'm a biologist. I don't like fishing, but you know, collecting bugs, I did that. I might like that. I have a wife, I shouldn't talk about this. That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. That's such a shame, Estelle. Really, I believed that when I stopped finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? So, as you can tell, Cassius Bright over here has adopted Joshua, which makes Estelle and Joshua step siblings. I can pronounce things. It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Did I just forget to say what Joshua was saying? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm on my way. Well, that and my mind is a sieve, so I tend to forget a lot of things. Whoops. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right, it'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. You'll have to stick with me doing voices for the coming games for a while. I apologize. However, the later games do have some voice actors in English as well. These games have voice acting in Japanese. But I figured if we do Japanese voices that we can hear, we can read English and I have to read it out loud as well. That just gets too confusing or it just takes too long. So no voices for now. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. you can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? ... Wait. What test? Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning in training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap. Totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. Star. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Like mine! I can relate to this character. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. And here we go. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? ... How about Ruan-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs. You're right, I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelette. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude! But I can't actually say he's wrong. Ugh. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick up a copy of the Liberal News for the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. It's like the newspaper, you know, like the New York Times. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. And we are in Liberal, so that makes sense. Received 500 mira, the coin that we use in this game. The money, the thing that it is all about. No, it's not. It's really... I do say the balance in this game is really good. We won't be drowning in mira, but we won't have, you know, if we just play the game a little bit, then we will not have a shortage of it either. If there's any money left over. I'm not really good with voices, but I do try to make them a little bit distinct so you guys know who's talking. But probably in the next episode they all have different voices, so... If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. I guess we have to be very careful with spending our mira then. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Sherazard my regards. Bye-bye. And that's it. That's the introduction of the game. We are a part of the guild. We are almost trainees, juniors. And in the next episode, we're going to go there and get our evaluation from Sherazard and see how good we've gotten or something. There will be plenty of battle in this game as well. Don't you worry about it. There will be so much battle. I might even cut out battle because there will be so much battle. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!